channel. My name is Rina and this is Pure. And today I'm filming out in the public and I'm feeling good. Everything is good. I just wanted to switch the background a little bit. So um, today people are looking at me. Today I have a very interesting topic to share. It's the video that I was conjuring for a while now. Basically, it's about the education system and how flawed it is. I just wanted to share some thoughts, I guess. I wrote them on paper. This is sort of a sharing the way I felt in high school and sort of sharing my vision towards the new earth and how it's supposed to be, how it would be good if that was the case, and how it possibly will be in the future. So basically, I studied in Estonia, so that may apply to people who have studied here, but I think I actually believe that if you haven't been in a special school with a special system of education or a private boarding school, that would probably, if you went to like a normal public free school, that probably would resonate with you, that probably would be the case. So I'm just gonna talk randomly. I feel what lacks is having lessons of mental health awareness. I think that people should really be talking about that. People should really take that into consideration. I feel like that's not talked well enough in schools. I feel like there should be more of energy exchange between teachers and students. And there should be more of communication, more of dialogue, constant dialogue and constant counseling between teachers and students, not just grading them, not just assessing them in a way that system tells you to assess them, but actually working with every student, working with every child, seeing individuality in every child, not trying to mold them into one big pile of something. There is so much in current schools that so much information that is just put in their heads and no one really needs it. No teacher really pays attention to the student that they teach. They just carry their material, talk about their material, plan out their lesson in a very rigid way, not in a way where they can improvise, not in a way where they can share the knowledge between student and the teacher. I mean, of course there are exceptions, but that's just, for the most part, that's how it was when I was studying. So I feel like I'm gonna focus more in this video. I'm gonna focus more on high schools, but that's because I think that high schooler, a person who enters the high school, they're already quite, of course, most of people don't know what they want to do and stuff like that, but they are already like almost like an adult. They're quite very conscious people. Of course, people change, and that's still not very easy age to be in, but they can at least they can tell what they really know that they want right now, and they don't want something right now. Like they don't want to learn high university professor level maths. They would never need it, and neither do they want to be graded for it. That's I think in high school students need to, there should be much less hours spent in school and much more hours spent exploring, much more hours spent not behind the desk but exploring who you are as a person, what do you want to invest in. You don't really need to think about it as a very grand thing, as a very like, who am I, you know. You can just seek what you want to do in this point in time. If you don't know, some people know that they want to be an artist, that's their call. Then this artist, they don't need all of those technical lessons, physics, chemistry on an advanced level. This is total BS. Not to include that there is so many lessons that are just not needed, such as religion. Just the way that these lessons are taught is not it's not interesting for the student. They somehow they have this very rigid schedule that they follow, and only a certain part, and they don't tolerate individuality. They don't. If a student told a teacher on these lessons that, hey, I'm an atheist, actually, a teacher would be upset or something. They wouldn't accept the student. So there's just so much on this topic, but I'd try to stick to subjects that I want to talk about. So I really think that we need lessons, since I really think that primary schools and high schools need lessons of lifestyle, of health, how to keep yourself fit, mind, body, soul level, how it is all connected, the importance of having your energy clear, showing the kids what does lower the frequency, being talking about the effects of alcohol on your system. I know some schools do have it, but I don't know, the way they talk about it is very just on a very chemical level, on a very basic level. They don't really talk about what it does to you on a soul level, what it does to your energy. Yeah, and I think it should all be talked about in a manner where teacher and student are friends, you know, like they really want to help each other, you know. The student is listening to the teacher not because they have to listen to them, but because they are genuinely interested in what teacher has to say. So um, meditation as well, I think we really need lessons on how to feel good in this world, what lowers your energy, what um, how how to thrive in life. When you are in the minion of your energy, you know exactly what you want to do and who you are, because you are familiar with your energy, you have found yourself, you know what naturally is easy for you, and where you see the challenge, and where you don't want to go at all, don't want to focus at all. um, so that would be the case if the schools and the system wanted us to thrive in life. We would have these kind of lessons where um, the teacher would give practical advice, or like basic um, facts about what can you do to increase your energy span, and what it really how important it is for you. And maybe students would share about their own practices as well. um, I know that sounds very idealistic, because teenagers don't really care about that, but why do they don't care about that? Maybe they don't care about it because none of the adults have talked to them about it, uh, because teenagers want to rebel always. But what if we raise them in such a way that they don't really want to rebel anymore? Because I don't know, you can really push less of your worldview on kids. Um, yeah, I think what schools really need as well is lessons to find your success in life, lessons to how how to create your financial freedom, how to speak, how to do public speaking, how to they always focus on writing, which is, I mean, it's important as well, but rarely it's like speaking is not as, at least in my school there wasn't much of speaking. I mean, we did presentations, but I think that's not really, I don't know, I don't think that that's very productive way of doing it, because they were always usually giving us topics and subjects, but maybe I have something else to say. At least for me that didn't help, because when I did presentations in school, I always felt really self-conscious, and just I didn't really speak about the topics that I'm really passionate about. So yeah, I think there should be a lesson of managing your finances, um, how to make money, how to find a flat to live, how to legal stuff, all of that, how to work with a broker, um, what to do if you're stuck in a legal situation, basic stuff like that. Not really going very too deep into that, but basic things like that. I think there should be lessons about how to create your own CV, that so that you can apply to jobs in case if you want to apply to jobs, or how to create your own brand, how to create your own business. And it's like you don't have to follow it, of course, but practical advice from someone who has expertise in it would be very inspirational for high school students. In my school that never happened, so more like inspirational talks for teenagers, something more engaging. Also better food in cafeteria, something more healthy for the body. I would say ban all the BS from. In our school we had like a, I don't know how to call it. It's like a buffet or like a store where you could buy pizzas and all the like pretty much like junk food. I would just close that. I would do like healthy, more like organic stuff for kids, and they don't have to be vegan, they don't have to be vegetarian. There can be meat there as well, but something much more high vibrational than all of that. I don't know, just the environment. I think it should be much more based on dialogue, and I think there should be an advisor who, like at least once a week, you would talk to your student and ask where they're at, if they, how motivated are they, what are they focusing on, what are they, how do they feel, like something like personal mother, I guess, who really sees kids and sees what they're up to and who they are as people, what they are inclined towards, something much more how it's supposed to be, not like just zombifying a crowd. Yeah. I think schools should really allow kids to create their own things. Have, I think in other countries there are stuff like that, but I think every school needs to have like clubs that you can join to create something, groups. And I think especially in high school you don't have to sit every day for 8 or 9 hours on lessons and then having shit tons of homework to do. I think homework is not a great concept. I think there should be something else, not homework but more so guidance, again, guidance on looking into what really interests you, how can you improve at it, starting to actually work on something while you're in high school. Not like you in high school you're learning so much and doing this homework that you don't need, and then one day you're an adult now, and whoa, and they are not prepared to go into completely different setting. They're not prepared to be free. They don't know shit. They don't know what to do. A lot of the kids don't know what to do because it's just this abrupt shift between high schooler and now you're an adult, and now you're legal. Now if you were living in your parents' house, they can just kick you out if they want to, if they're not the best people. So I think there should be a transition. I think high school can't be like so much unnecessary stuff in your head. It should be more about developing independence, preparing to go out of the school. If students want to go to university, preparing for that, actually preparing, not just, I don't know what the hell they're doing with kids, not just giving them facts but actual grounded preparation. What do you need? You need a passport. You need money. How can you make money? Um, how can you make money now using your talents and gifts? What can you do now? How to create your thing, or how to get a good job, part-time job, get an experience in internship. I think there should be this transition between the worlds, so that when you finish school, you're already one step in a new world and you're okay with it. And you already have a solid base of some kind. You already created some sort of independence while you were there. I think there should be definitely what is really not talked about at all, and what should be talked about in the new earth is soul's growth, karma, intuitive gifts, developing your intuition, learning to trust your intuition. I think there should be a lesson on that. Helping kids to not to see this as woo-woo crazy shit, but actually the thing that guides you throughout life, actually developing that muscle. I think this teacher of this lesson should talk about how to read the signs of spirit, how to read the signs of the universe, how to understand your place in this world, how to be more confident in who you are, how to embrace all parts of you. There should be psychology as well implemented in that, and possibly even like birth charts, reading into that. Not saying that they all need to have a belief that, you know, not saying they all need to follow it, like this is the way I am, this is the way I was born, but this is something that can help you, like a baseline, and then you can expand on that, and then you can create more from that when you already have an idea of who you are, and only taking what's resonating with them, not trying to push something, not trying to say that okay, if you have your Venus in Aquarius, then you're supposed to be this way. Only if this is resonating with you, only taking things that empower them and help them in a way. I think there should be a lesson on holistic medicine as well, how to cure yourself, why you may be having a disease, scanning through your bodies with a different intention. Not saying you have to disregard everything the science has achieved so far, but combining the science with holistic approaches as well, and seeing if sometimes all you need is to acknowledge some part of you that is hurt, and then this pain would you had a leg that had a strong pain, and when you understand that this comes from some sort of wound of yours or an ability to make a move of some kind, then this pain would be transmuted very fast. And especially if like a proper healer would work with the kids, would show them how, just practical advice of how it can be yeah, I just think that there is so much to work on there in this system. I think we'll get there. I don't know when, but I think we'll get there somehow. It would be also great. What I thought about is sustainability lessons, lessons about how to take care of the planet, lessons about growing your own stuff, you know, everything that really helps Mother Earth, everything that, how can you be a part of the change, how can you stop the global warming, um, how can you, you know, invent something that would help, where can you go, what can you do, what really interests you. There's so much there. Agriculture, I don't know, the species, everything. There's so much there, and there needs to be, when a kid enters the school, there needs to be inspiration, there needs to be passion, there needs to be, and I feel like some viewer who listens to this, they're like, wow, this is so woo-woo, insane type things. It's not. It's not. It's how it's supposed to be. It's not insane. Um, the fact that you think that this is so insane is just showing, it's just the parameter of how fucked up it is in actuality. How far from the good environment of a school can be. I'm not talking about teachers who are insane. They hate kids and they work at school, and they're also energy vampires, and they come to school just to suck on kids' energy. This is so messed up, man. These people are not inspirational. These people can't be teachers. I remember we even had like a Nazi teacher, which is, or even a few of them, which is totally insane. I don't understand how can these people be in this position. That is just messed up. Teacher should really be just a kind, warm. I mean, they should be strict in a way that, so there should be a mutual respect and dialogue and conversation. If you are not interested in what I have to say, just get out, you know, just don't sit here and don't waste space. And I would say there should be upgrades always. There should be communication between teachers about kids and what do you see in every student. How can you improve your classes? What do they really need at this time? Some sort of cooperation, you know, between teachers, and a lot of independent work on students' part. In primary school, they should really teach how to create, how to be your own person. I know there is a thing that is called Montessori system. I think that's quite close there, but I'm not sure how it's on practice. But I think that it's much better than the usual tests, grade, theory, boring ass shit all the time. I think that's much better, and you would actually become an individual much sooner rather than doing all of that, developing your calligraphy, just writing all of that, everything that they tell you to write, and then you realize you're just a monkey. And you people who study really well, people who are supposed to be like examples to other kids, a lot of them are just robotic in the sense that they don't think, they just learn and study and I mean, some of them are actually just really smart in the subject, but would be great as well for a teacher to show where to use that subject in life, and whether if you need it or not. Again, in high schools, I think kids should only choose what they need, what they really feel that they need to do, and they want to do, what kind of languages they want to learn. Maybe they don't want to learn a language, asking them, what do you want to do right now? And if they are not in a place, maybe they're like, I don't want to learn anything. I really think that that wouldn't be the case if the primary school was also very engaging. I think every student would have found something that they're really into, or also there shouldn't be that big of, there should be elderly teachers and young teachers as well, so that there would be a mix, because in my school most of teachers were old, and there's no problem in that, but there should be more fresh energy, more fresh blood. There should be more like people who you could relate to on a generational level as well. There's just so much to work on there as well. Teaching students to be curious about life, how to combat depression, how to never get into depression, what really helps you, how to I don't know, how to be in a good relationship, how to be a decent human. I don't know. Developing imagination, arts, this is very important. Critical thinking, abstract thinking, thinking about the world at large as well. How can you improve the situation? I think there should be in high school, definitely, there should be a course on marketing, a course on developing your own brand, your visual identity. I think that would be so interesting for most of people in general. And can you imagine if that was like an option in school as well? The basics of it. And also teacher is also, through kids, teacher is also showing, for example, them something on the side that they're doing, being more like open-minded in that sense, and creating something together. Okay, so I think that that's it for this video. I think it's a little bit I haven't been keeping up with the structure, but I hope that I got my point across, and the energy, of what I see, at least right now. And it can be even cooler, of course, because this is just my mind. But if you combine great minds together, if you combine it all, you can create something incredible. And yeah, there's just so much to change. And thank you so much for listening, and you're always welcome to share any of your thoughts about this matter. And thank you so much, and bye.